Good evening. You're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this top story. Barisan Nasional BN has crossed the simple majority threshold in the 16 Johor state election, clearing the way to form the next Johor state government. As results continue to come in, all eyes remain on the official declarations from the Election Commission. For developments from the Election Committee Media Centre, we go over to Azib Sikri with the latest.
All right, thank you, Lorenzo, in Kuching Newsroom. Right now, we are live streaming from the Election Committee press room, which anytime from now, the Election Committee will announce the official result. But as for now, based on the results from 10 p.m., Barisan Nasional BN has surpassed a simple majority threshold after securing 29 out of 56 State of Legislative Assembly seats contested that allowed the coalition to form a simple majority of the state government. And meanwhile, another bloc of Pakatan Harapan PH has so far won 2 seats, while results for remaining seats are still yet to be announced. And the vote counting process is still ongoing from since 6 p.m. just now, with results expected to be announced progressively before the full press conference will be held by the Election Committee Chairman, Datuk Sri Ramlan Harun, anytime from now, as you guys can see from behind me. So the 16 Johor state elections saw more than 172 coalitions, candidates contesting 56 DUN seats, which include the major party from the federal, which is Barisan Nasional BN, Pakatan Harapan, Perikatan Nasional PN, Parti Bersama Malaysia, Parti Ikatan Demokratik Malaysia Muda, the Malaysian Indigenous People's Party ASLI, and the Malaysian Socialist Party PSM, as well as for independent candidates. And for now, I think that's all that I can report. But any progress for the state election here in Johor, I'll update progressively in tvsarawak.my. Back to Lorenzo.
Thank you, Azib Zikri, for the updates. Back to local news. Sarawak's native superfood, the DABAI fruit, is stepping into the international spotlight as a signature in-flight dish for state's courier, Air Borneo. Premier Dato' Peninggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg says introducing the local delicacy will revolutionize rural agribusiness by promoting native products directly to the global market travel. The strategic push to deploy traditional culinary dishes in commercial aviation is designed to immediately escalate the commercial value of regional crops, opening new revenue channels for farming communities in Kanawit.
Pengusinya, Dato' Mahal Abu Bakar, nak masak dalam menunya ialah nasi dabih. Kalau nasi dabih, agak dabih jangan kau jilak ni, especially dabih lagi kena minta. Lepas ya masuklah sudah sesaunjuk dalam menu kita. Sudah pelancong ceri rasa kerana ni nasi dabih.
This agricultural integration will be delivered through Air Borneo's complementary in-flight dining policy, setting it apart from regional low-cost competitors. At the same time, Abang Johari reiterates the in-flight promotion complements the courier's mandate to ensure equitable economic access for local passengers. The Bukit Lima Nature Reserve is officially recognized as the largest protected urban peat swamp nature reserve in Malaysia. Sarawak Premier Dato' Peninggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg says the 301-hectare public site holds vast potential to rival famous parks worldwide as premier ecotourism hub. Abang Johari highlights that the reserve is nearly double the size of London's Hyde Park and 15 times the area of KLCC in Kuala Lumpur.
Peatland Park Nature Reserve yang terbesar di Malaysia adalah Sibu Bukit Lima. Dan tuan-tuan, bukan saya nyebutnya, yang nyebutnya adalah Malaysia Book of Record. Tadi nyambi sertifikat dengan residen dan juga CEO SFC bahawa sekarang diiktirafkan. Rekodnya lah, the largest protected urban pit swamp nature reserve in Malaysia is Bukit Lima Sibu. Kalau ini dah kita bangun infranya, ia tidak jauh daripada apa yang kita nak bangunkan di Bukit Asem.
Speaking at the Sarawak Kusayang program in Sibu today, he noted that the Malaysia Book of Records accreditation adds significant value to ongoing regional environmental conservation efforts.
The Sarawak government is benchmarking Amsterdam to launch a major redevelopment of Sibu, focusing on chronic flooding and water management. Premier Abang Johari says the Netherlands capital is a critical reference point given its similar hydraulic challenges. Dutch engineering master plans will be studied thoroughly to help Sarawak strategize sustainable development amid rising climate risks.
Pada dasarnya, kerangka pembangunan Sibu sudah kita wujudkan, tetapi sekarang ialah pelaksanaan. Kita telah meminta pihak pakar antarabangsa mengkaji pembangunan di kawasan negara Belanda, di mana if you compare between Amsterdam and Sibu, nyampun keadaan serupa. Satunya laut, satunya sungai. Tapi keadaannya lebih kurang serupa. Dengan itu, saya rasa kita hendaklah membangun semula pada Sibu. Dan maknanya kita hendaklah mencari jalan macam mana kita nak selesaikan keadaan air bertakung dan juga flood. Maka di Amsterdam, dia banyak channel dan juga saluran-saluran air. Begitu juga kita nak buatkan di Sibu. Dan ini akan memakan masa yang agak panjang. Estimate saya ialah lebih kurang 15 tahun. Kalau tak pun 20 tahun untuk kita membangun semula Sibu mengikut perancangan daripada pakar kita.
Spanish authorities said a fast-moving wildfire in the country's south has killed 12 people of different nationalities after trapping them in vehicles and as they tried to flee on foot. The death toll from the wildfire, one of the highest in Spain's recent history, could rise further as authorities said 23 people are still missing. The fire, which started on Thursday in an area of steep ravines, destroyed forests and swaths of scrubland in the southeastern Los Gallardos area of Andalusia, home to many foreign residents.
Interior Minister Fernando Grande Marlaska confirmed people of different nationalities were among those killed, without mentioning specific countries. However, he advised caution over the figure of 23 people missing, as some could involve people being unable to contact unharmed loved ones. Technical body responsible for supervising identification work said 7 reports of missing people had been formally submitted. Autopsies had been performed on all 12 bodies and biological samples were being transferred to Madrid for the identification by the Civil Guard.
Prime Minister of New Zealand, Christopher Luxon, today announced a strategic partnership with India encompassing defence and security during a landmark visit by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was the first visit to New Zealand by an Indian Prime Minister in 40 years, a sign of Delhi's deeper engagement at a time of strengthened Chinese diplomatic and military presence in the Pacific.
Today, I'm pleased to announce that Prime Minister Modi and I have agreed to elevate our relationship to a strategic partnership. And this is a significant step forward in a world that is increasingly volatile and uncertain. Strong partnerships are more important than ever before. And this provides a stronger platform for practical cooperation in prosperity, security, and people-to-people connections.
Luxon told reporters in a press briefing that New Zealand seeks to build as many relationships as possible with like-minded partners to advance trade and defence, while maintaining a pragmatic relationship with China, by cooperating where interests align and differing where necessary. Modi's visit at the tail end of a July 6 to 11th tour that has also taken him to Indonesia and Australia came in the aftermath of China test firing a ballistic missile into the Pacific Ocean on Monday, stirring unease in the region. The pact covers tighter defense cooperation, including with naval exercises, as well as stronger ties in trade, diplomacy, culture, sport, and science.
A global criminal enterprise disguised as an undercover intelligence operation has been exposed in a multi-million-dollar civil lawsuit. Defendant Gaurav Srivastava allegedly feigned the US CIA connections to extort a billion-dollar commodity networks by claiming to operate a secret government program. Srivastava denies the allegations, claiming he is the target of a coordinated disinformation campaign. RT correspondent Anastasia Volodina has the details.
A mysterious businessman claims of secret CIA connections and a list of powerful people who did not question the story. Posing as a CIA insider, Mr. Srivastava gained access to high-profile politicians, networks and entrepreneurs around the world, such as Niels Troost, a Dutch-born oil trader with decades of experience in the global energy market, including Russian crude. In 2022, as he faced possible US sanctions, he met Gaurav Srivastava, a man who claimed he could help because he was a secret CIA agent.
For more than 5 years, defendant Gaurav Srivastava led a criminal enterprise that stole and extorted tens of millions of dollars from plaintiffs and other victims based upon the false, overarching narrative that Srivastava was a high-level, non-official cover operative for the CIA.
Srivastava himself denies the allegations and claims to be the target of disinformation campaign. But according to the legal complaint, he had claimed he was running an undercover CIA program, tracking Russian oil flows for US national security. He allegedly convinced Troost that their businesses was part of a government-approved operation and used a circle of associates, including former CIA officers, to make the story seem real. Some of them later said they did not realize Srivastava was allegedly lying. But the biggest claim came when the conversation turned to control of the company.
He convinced Troost that the US government could not license Paramount to continue trading Russian oil so long as it remained 100% foreign-owned. According to Srivastava, US policy required him, acting as a CIA asset, to hold meaningful control of Paramount from within the United States.
What started as a promise to help navigate sanctions turned into a deal, giving Srivastava half of Troost's Paramount international business network that handled billions of dollars at a deep discount, followed by a $51 million transfer from the company, according to the complaint. Troost claims the alleged CIA story was not limited to the oil business. It also surfaced in Africa. One of Srivastava's early contacts was a Ugandan businessman who served as Malaysia's honorary consul, who says he was introduced to Srivastava in 2020 as a man with deep ties to CIA. According to the complaint, this legend came with a remarkable detail.
Srivastava told Kagimu that he had been recruited by the CIA at age 16 after responding to a roadside advertisement, and that he later received military and special operations training to conduct missions in Afghanistan. Srivastava also showed him abdominal scars he claimed were wounds from CIA missions.
Whether it was the CIA's reach or its reputation, the name alone appeared powerful enough to open almost any door. And perhaps the biggest mystery is not whether the claim was real, but why it actually worked.
Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.